The past has a funny way of never letting go. For me, Jhon, it arrived in a single, cryptic email. 3 words. The game's afoot. Words I hadn't seen in 10 years. Not since I left the agency. Not since I buried that life and everyone in it. I stared at the screen. The quiet hum of my computer, the only sound in my perfectly normal, perfectly boring suburban home. My heart hammered against my ribs, a familiar rhythm I thought I'd forgotten. The sender was anonymous, of course, but the message was a ghost from a life I'd sworn off. I knew I couldn't ignore it. Old habits die hard. My first call was to the only person who would understand. Herry? When Herry picked up, his voice was just as I remembered, laced with a weary humor that had seen too much. Well, look what the cat dragged in. To what do I owe the pleasure? Stranger. I didn't waste time with pleasantries. I told him about the email. Silence on the other end. Then, a long sigh. I was hoping I'd never hear those words again. Johnny. He told me to come over. Said his place was clean. We both knew what that meant. No bugs. No listeners. Or so we thought. His apartment was exactly as I'd pictured it. Cluttered with half-finished gadgets and blueprints for inventions that would never see the light of day. It was our old safe house, a relic of a forgotten war. We sat in his study, a glass of whiskey between us. Who do you think it is? Primera? Ask it. Herry swirled the amber liquid, his eyes distant. Could be anyone. Or everyone. We made a lot of enemies. As he spoke, my eyes drifted to a framed photo on his desk. It was us, younger, standing with our old team. But something was wrong. One face, our mentor, had been digitally removed, leaving an unsettling, empty space. I pointed. Herry, when did you do that? He looked, and his face went pale. I didn't, he whispered. That photo was fine this morning. A chill snaked down my spine. We weren't just being contacted. We were being watched, played with. The feeling of being a pawn in someone else's game was sickeningly familiar. Suddenly, the TV in the corner flickered to life, showing only static. Then, words began to form, typed out slowly as if by an invisible hand. The past is never dead. It's not even past. A quote from Faulkner. Our old mentor's favorite. The message was clear. This wasn't a random threat. It was personal. Someone was digging up our deepest secrets, our most painful memories, and using them against us. They were leading us somewhere, pulling strings we couldn't yet see. Was it an old enemy seeking revenge, or something far more complex? We had no way of knowing, but the passive life was over. The illusion of safety had shattered. We looked at each other, the unspoken question hanging in the air. We could run, change our names again, and try to disappear. But we both knew that was a fool's errand. You can't outrun your own shadow. This ghost, whoever they were, wouldn't stop. They had brought the game to our doorstep, so we would play. They're guiding us into a new mission, aren't they? I said, more a statement than a question. Herry nodded, a grim determination setting in his jaw. Looks like it. An old debt, maybe. One we forgot to pay. He stood up and walked to a locked cabinet in the corner of the room. He pulled out a key, one I hadn't seen in a decade. Then let's not keep them waiting, he said, unlocking it. The quiet life was over. An old game had just begun again. And this time we were writing our own rules. Thanks for watching. If you're intrigued by where this story goes, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what happens next.